turns me on, because the world is round.
Chapter 10.
The world is round.
Yes.
Chapter 10.
Yeah, go on,
I've
Craig.
got it right.
He's
The
got it.
world is round. Chapter 10. Benidorm, 1998.
Sticky Vicky.
Sticky Vicky.
Sticker. Vicky.
Okay.
Okay.
One person who always seemed destined to follow a career in the family trade, however, was Maria Gadea Araguez.
Once again, wonderful accent.
Maria Gadea Araguez.
Sticky Vicky.
Araguez.
Sticky Vicky.
Araguez.
Araguez. Maria Gadea Araguez. Having witnessed her mother's X-rated dance and illusionist show in the bars and clubs of Benidorm.
Hang on, her mother's?
Her mother's.
Having witnessed her mother's?
Having witnessed her mother's.
Okay, go on.
Having witnessed her mother's X-rated dance and illusionist show in the bars of Benidorm, Maria would go on to perform a similar cabaret act for the throngs of British tourists that descend on the Costa Blanca each summer.
Oh, God. Even I'm scummy. And I'm horrible at times, but even this vibe discuss. I know what's coming, it's fucking horrible.
Her mother was, of course, the legendary Sticky Vicky, that original maestro of Minge, whose infamous routine basically entailed pulling a series of objects from inside her vagina, much to the delight of the assembled crowd. You getting vibe now, yeah? Feeling good? Here we go.
It's wonderful, this one.
Feel sexy?
Yeah.
A staple of the scene for 35 years, Sticky Vicky Layton took full advantage of the easing of censorship laws in the aftermath of General Franco's death.
35 years?
Oh mate, she were whipping stuff out of her fangita for 35 years
So
non-stop.
when you've encountered her, she's like, what, 55 or something?
When we seen her, she must have been 60 odd.
I never actually saw her, me.
You did, but you were you were at arcade. I did. I'll tell you this. No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
For once, I don't feel jealous.
Here was a lady who could fit all manner of items inside her miraculous muff. Ping pong balls, eggs, handkerchiefs, sausages and razor blades. You name it.
Razor
Because
blade.
from
No,
food.
come on, it's just...
From food.
You name it.
handkerchiefs. Yeah,
Vicky could
fair enough.
stuff it up there into the endless void. Finishing her act by opening a bottle of beer using only her famous fanny for leverage.
Mad.
Our heroine was a total one-off, save the rival performer, Sexy Barbara, whom Vicky successfully sued in 2001 for illegally using the same stage name.
Now that is one place I'd love to have been on jury service.
Took her to court. So the Sexy
Who do
Barbara.
you think? Who do you think?
Right, so Vicky starts up pulling ping pong balls out, right? Then another lass does it, and Vicky's like, I'm not having none of that. And Barbara's calling herself, fucking cheek of it, calling herself Sticky Vicky.
Barbara isn't fucking wrong.
Well, Barbara got found to be wrong.
Once someone
She could have
fucking
called herself
puts
something else,
Monopoly on
couldn't
pulling
she?
shit out of a fanny, you don't enter
No,
the
it's not.
space.
It's not the fanny thing. It's the stage name. She's Sticky Vicky.
They say it's the stage, it's the fanny thing.
No, I've seen
Sneaking
people do
out.
that. People do that. I've seen them do that in Manumission.
Yeah, but that's a bit more classy.
Thailand. People do
She
that.
could have called herself, like, I don't know, Slidey Bridey or something.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I
Take
mean?
it piss of it, isn't she?
Slidey Bright.
I don't know. Trying to think of another one that rhymes.
Snidey Bride. It's like an American version.
No, sliding, not
Sliding.
Snyder.
All right, yeah. See what you're doing, yeah. I thought you said it Snidey, like, oh, I'm idiot, you can't see it, can you? But after close to 4 decades of performing 6 times a week, 6 times a night, 6 days a week, the end is nigh. At the time of writing, owing to the elders' battle with cancer, both mother and daughter have announced their retirement from performance forthwith.
So hang on. Her mum also did this.
Sticky Vicky is the mum,
Oh, Sticky
and
Vicky's
Maria
the mum.
is the daughter.
All right, okay.
The daughter also does.
The daughter
What the
also
mum
does
does,
it.
yeah.
Same,
Oh,
same act.
I can't even comment
Same
on
sort of thing.
What's she called?
She's called Maria Gadea Araguez, but she's got a stage name.
Yeah, what's the stage name?
of,
What's her name?
Oh, Di Maria Layton, they call her. That's what she calls herself.
Layton?
Yeah. Di Maria, like Angel Di Maria. Di Maria Layton. I think there's a bit of English in there. I think
Layton,
like Welsh,
like Jim
like
Layton.
Welsh in
not spelt same as Jim Layton, but not dissimilar to the former Manchester United Scottish goalkeeper. Jim.
To be honest.
Yes.
Hang on.
Vaseline on
At no
eyebrows.
point during this story that I think Jim Layton would come up.
Got some Vaseline on eyebrows.
Yeah, you used to put Vaseline on your eyebrows, glue them up. Why are you a keeper?
Need
You're not going to
it.
edit.
Well, she shoved Jim Layton up there.
So basically, she's
Is that what he said?
mother and daughter have announced their retirement forthwith. So I'm gripped by nostalgia. I'm of a mind to wheel back the chronology a bit to the night of the 1998 World Cup final.
Oh,
And my last encounter with Vicky's voracious vulva.
I don't even say.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You see, as much as I tried to do the working class hero lump a coal for Christmas bit and make out we only ever holidayed in our caravan in Chapel St Leonard's, every so often my parents would pimp out, taking us to Benidorm or somewhere similar.
This is like, you got to put it in perspective, this is when like all-inclusive boom came, innit? When it first hit.
Cheap holidays, telly takes, my dad's all over.
All you want? Everything. All in.
I've never been on an all-inclusive holiday.
Never lived.
You've never fucking lived.
You've never seen.
Eddie, have you?
Miniature goats fucking ribs when you have been on the fucking...
Although,
You two, you're posher than me and Eddie, you two.
we're considering it this year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All inclusive.
See, it serves a
Look,
purpose.
just-
All-inclusive.
no,
serves a-
I'll put you
Fuck
off.
off for a week.
I'll put you off
Just
all
do it.
inclusive right
It
here.
serves a purpose.
Yeah, but you know, with Nipper and that, you know, just in pool, just not worrying about
No,
it.
Eddie,
well,
Eddie, you do
yeah,
it.
are you buying
You
into
do
it,
it, dad
idea?
talk. You're buying into it.
I don't blame him for buying into it.
Right, I'll put you off right here. You ready? Here you go. I'll talk you right out of it.
I still
Remember,
think
it's not 1998
You
though.
listen to me, pal.
it soon will be when you get there.
Eddie, honestly.
Once you put your Travis scene in.
Telling you. They'd even chucked a Tenerife. They'd even chucked a Tenerife and a Corfu in there to make us think we'd turn posh and break up the monotony of another night spent in a rainy caravan on the East Coast watching The Bodyguard for the 347th time, whilst the rain lashed the corrugated iron of the Willoughby Static.
Oh, John, poetic.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like that.
I love it.
What's a Willoughby
Your favourite?
static?
Oh, Willoughby's
Get like 4 births, 8 births.
Willoughby's like, if caravans are full, Willoughby's Marks and Spencer's, mate. You know, posh
Willoughby
nosh,
were bigger.
posh
They were-
shit. When we go to Willoughby,
Proper set
and we moved on to Mayberry site, we'd
I
fucking
know
med it.
the
bruv.
static ones.
Oh, the
Those
mate,
caravans,
static.
yeah.
Chapel
They
St
didn't
Leonard's. You're living.
Chapel St Leonard's.
Yeah.
Isn't that near Bury?
Chappelle sent me
Let's
an
take
arse.
this, mate. Chapel St Leonard's. All right. So I'm in Benidorm. I was 16 at the time, and being massive, I had no dramas persuading the bar staff to accept my crumpled 10% a note and pour me a pint of the fizzy yellow piss that passed for lager out here. The nightly routine was clear. I hope you're listening, Ed. Overeat in the hotel restaurant so as to take advantage of the
Somebody
all-inclusive.
booked it.
Here we go. Overeat in the hotel restaurant so as to take advantage of the all-inclusive. Before an hour spent walking round the bars, then back home to supper self-daft on the fake Smirnoff pish and get us money.
Selling it to him, not
I
putting him
know.
off.
I'm there. I'm going next
Fucking
week.
ready.
We've got to get us money's worth, as my dad was keen to remind us.
Quite right.
My mum and dad had begun to let me have a sly beverage by now, but my brother was only 12. He wasn't allowed.
I remember this night.
He'll be
You're
happy.
still like 6 foot tall, though, weren't you? Even at 12.
Had a beard.
I had. I'll tell you what I had. I remember exactly what I was wearing this
Go on,
night.
yeah, go on.
My
I'll
shirt.
let him
Was it
carry on. 'Cause I
Cabrini?
know I've actually... Adam's told me this story
You
before.
were wearing my
doing this
shirt, Holland
podcast.
shirt.
No, I weren't. Go on.
He'll be happy to tell you this was the first time he got drunk, though. Sneakily slurping my dad's lager when his back was turned, culminated in our Chrissy falling over his own feet at the exact same moment Emmanuel Petit slid home Francis the Third to win the
You know
trophy.
what I was wearing that night?
What were you wearing, Chris?
My mum, for my birthday.
My mum's dress.
Mum's dress. 2017, you're out to man.
Go on. What were you
Gender
doing?
dysphoria, whatever they call it.
Go on. What did you just say?
Gender dysphoria, whatever it's called. What's it called?
Dick's for you.
I don't know, it sounds right. It sounds right.
Go on.
No.
What were you wearing? Come on.
I was wearing. My mum said to me, February before we went on this all-inclusive, right, for your birthday, I'll take you to JD Sports, pick any trainer you want.
Oh, nice.
Which is, what a present.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
And then wins his world as you.
Like, it was solid like 50 quid for proper. So, your normal 12-year-old would go in and pick a proper pair of Nike Air Max or a pair of like Gazelles. I don't know if Gazelles were around that time, but or Samba or something.
Oh, they were.
Oh,
they
I'd
were
have been
big,
around for
big,
years.
big,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but no, not me.
Superstars.
I picked a pair for some reason, 'cause I've never been to fashion. I've never been the most fashionable bloke.
No.
I picked a pair of purple and orange Pumas. None of them suede Pumas.
Nice.
Yeah.
They
I
weren't
like- I
nice.
like-
yeah,
I
but
like
they're
the Puma.
nice
I like
if
the
you wear
Puma.
them with like black jeans and a black shirt. I had a pair of turd green like combat shorts on.
Oh, combats were big.
Combats were
Combat
big.
shorts, yeah.
98.
What did you
mate.
have? What did you wear on top
was
of?
Tell you what I
He
had
was
top of.
wearing
I don't know. I'm quite proud of it.
wearing a
He
vest like
didn't
the rest
turn
of
up that
all
night. I had Brazil '98 shirt, which were a classic football shirt. That Brazil '98 shirt were a classic.
Reeling.
Real as the company.
As if. Fake from
night
Benidorm.
shop in Benidorm.
Fake from Benidorm.
I swear to God, I won't lie to you. Real night shop. I went, I'm going to buy you one.
Genuine
It's
fakes.
not on all inclusive, but I'm going to buy you Ronaldo #9 on back. It
So
was a real deal.
Our Chris got bollocks and fell off as Emmanuel Petit was
Ronaldo
scoring.
was sick before match and never turned up, and France won it.
Yeah,
That was right.
that was weird, that wasn't it?
Never turned up,
Poisoned
did
him.
it?
Poisoned him.
It was all inclusive.
Yes, they did. Anyway, I digress though. Earlier, our nightly stroll around the bars of Benidorm has led us inadvertently to stumble across Vicky and her show in one of several English-style pubs on the main street.
Hold on, I've never seen Sticky Vicky, so where were I?
I'm going to tell you.
You weren't allowed to go, you were only 12.
No,
Where were they?
I'm going
Who
to tell
was
you.
that?
I'm going
Alright.
to tell you.
Crack on.
Crack on. In truth, every bar in Benidorm is English style. The whole place is a mecca for anyone that wants to forgo tapas and vino and just enjoy chips, egg and John Smith's in a warmer climate.
Can't follow him.
It's populated in...
Hey, straight in it.
It's populated in it's populated in the main all year round by expats, Brexiteer types who are
Full of
so...
e-cigs now, isn't it?
Oh, mate, man.
You know it.
It's populated in the main all year round by expats, Brexiteer types who are so nationalistic they choose to spend most of the time in Spain.
It sounds like our independent on this holiday.
Yeah, you're off wandering somewhere.
Oh, if I fuck EU rate off it.
As out-of-tune karaoke flooded his ears and St George's flags adorned the walls, we took our seat in the crowded boozer amongst the hordes of sunburnt fuckers in badly fitting vests,
What a bunch of fucking idiots.
grappling with the difficulties of processing their own sugar intake. But here's the thing I've never been able to grasp with Vicky, the composition of the audience. I mean, you'd expect X-rated cabaret to draw a demographic of piss stag do types.
Or a 12-year-old in a Brazil
Here we go, eager for filth on their week away with the lads, but no. El Sticky plied her trade, not in seedy underground clubs, but in family establishments, in full view of nanans, mums and dads.
Where are they?
Probably the whole family, as us youths peered round the corner to catch a glimpse of the action.
I must have fucking filtered it out.
Pissed up parents handed us a few coins to play Street Fighter on the arcade machine, expecting us not to notice that in the tap room...
Street Fighter 3.
Good game.
All coming back.
Ken.
Expecting us not to
Ken
notice...
again.
Ken.
It's all Ken, mate.
Ken, what's
Ken's
it
a
called?
dude,
Kutaragi.
Ken Kutaragi.
How dare you forget his name?
Did he put himself in Street Fighter?
No, mate, he had nothing to do with Street Fighter. That was on Nintendo, wasn't it? He just did like sound card for that.
The buck and one tree.
It just made it sound good.
Just play.
What? So I'm on an arcade game while Vicky's pouring.
It's a boozer with two
that was
sides,
Ken.
and we're in tap room.
was Ken.
In tap room, Vicky's like getting
We're that English.
mate English. Pissed up parents handed us a few coins to play Street Fighter on the arcade machine, is expecting us not to notice that in the tap room, a woman old enough to be our grandma was busy prizing chipolatas from a chuff.
No.
No. It can't be. No.
I do believe it happened, but I can't believe I don't remember it.
Right,
Yeah,
Nanans used to watch her.
It's 1998 though. I mean,
Yeah, but proper
the way-
Nanans. She only retired last year. Nanans watch her. Like Kirk does. Kirk goes to watch him with his mum and dad. Kirk, Tina and Frank go and watch
Yeah, I
Sticky Vicky
know.
together.
I know the old scenario, but I can't believe I were in the same
I
building.
can't
as
believe
her.
it happened in 1998. I can believe it happened in
Mate, it
1970.
happens now.
Yeah, we need to go to Benidorm.
I do not need to go to Benidorm.
Just have a long weekend.
No,
First to Monday.
I never need to go to Benidorm.
How the delighted nanas whooped and cheered as object after object was brought back into the light from the deep chasm within. Inevitably, I began...
Did you say chasm?
Chasm?
Do you mean chasm?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Chasm, yeah.
Jack.
What's a chasm?
checking.
Chasm Dave.
Chasm.
Is it chasm?
Chasm Dave! I'm wondering what chasm means. Is it a change? A different?
Chasm. It's like a gully, a gorge.
Yeah, no, a gorge. So it's a vagina metaphor that I fucked
Not a
up.
difference to a change. then.
Chasm. It's not chasm.
Inevitably, I began to question this whole process. Firstly, and most pressingly, did Vicky Layton possess no innards? How could she possibly find space for the harvest hamper of foodstuffs and bathroom implements crammed inside her lady
Oh,
parts?
she didn't take one out before putting another one in?
Mate, they were all in there to begin with.
Like layering.
Like she
What,
took-
like stalk an
like she
hamster?
she turned an hamster. An hamper.
No, an hamster because they
Oh,
like,
right.
keep it for
An entire
winter,
hamper?
don't they?
Like, there were loads of shit up there, mate.
Oh, no, she didn't do the hamper.
Let's put an actual hat.
To be honest, that level of skill, I'm wondering why she never fucking got out of Benidorm. That's
There's
unbelievable.
market for that, Chris.
Fucking everywhere.
It's a niche. It's a niche one.
Right, specialist, that, Chris.
Yeah.
Secondly, and most alarmingly, how did Vicky realise she possessed such talents? It follows on logically that she must have also passed on the skill to her daughter. Sheffield Wednesday don't just run out on a Saturday without training midweek, so I presume some sort of practice sessions were conducted prior to cracking open the San Miguel with the nether regions.
I don't want to know.
But most of all, I wondered, why was this deemed acceptable family entertainment out here in Spain? There's no way that back home my parents or any of the otherwise perfectly normal crowd would consider doing this ordinarily.
Nearest I got to that with Red Shoe Diaries with David Duchovny.
Used to love that, mate. I used to love that, mate. And Sex Cetera. Sex Cetera. Put it on right quietly, so Mum and Dad can't hear you.
117 UK living.
Telling you. I couldn't picture my dad suggesting something like this to my mum in Sheffield. Come on, Duck, I'll take you out local to watch that old granny pulling razor blades out of her clunge. It just wouldn't happen, would it?
They've come a long way now because they're actually going to go now.
Mum and Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that shows that culturally they've moved on.
My mum and my dad had never been abroad until I was little. When I was
He
little.
wants to go back to Benidorm and see this.
I'm amazed he ever went abroad again once he'd seen this.
I'm scarred,
I'm
mate.
staying in
I
Britain
am
forever.
scarred. And so we are forced to confront the uncomfortable fact that we act differently abroad than we do back home. Somehow exposing ourselves to this shit shower is alright because it didn't happen within the confines of day-to-day life. Any snobs
didn't.
That's right.
What goes on tour stays on tour and all that.
Any snobs reading this may take it as evidence of the degeneracy of the working classes, but as I've touched on previously, the middle classes are no better. Stacey, Ben and Chelsea had only shagged 2 people before their trips to Malia, but they've all quadrupled the totals in a fortnight. This runs...
Get that one. I like it.
That's right. This runs to the very heart of what it is to be British. We're all equally culpable in his own way, I suppose. My missus is quite posh, but she might well think eating a Peruvian guinea pig is somehow more acceptable than an English one. Same vibe here. Who gives a shit? We're on his holidays.
Well, the guinea pigs. Did Laura eat the guinea pig?
She ate a guinea pig, mate. I had a taste, but...
Did they do it? Did they do the one where they like kebab it, where they
Spatchcock.
They just
Spatchcock.
put it on
Like a spatchcock
onto
chicken.
the-
Think about a spatchcock chicken.
Yeah.
Bang, ribcage.
straight
Up a
onto the
road and
spike and then shove it in the fire. One of
gross, mate.
Take the skin off first.
Spatchcock guinea pig.
I reckon there's like a German market for Sticky Vicky and all that. I don't think it's a British thing.
Yeah, but
I don't
Germans,
think I think you're pinpointing British a bit much there.
Germans don't go and watch Sticky Vicky. She's a British
I
phenomenon,
reckon they've
mate.
got. Yeah, I know, but I reckon they've got
Probably a German equivalent, you know.
German equivalent or like a, greedy people with money equivalent. That's what, do you know what I mean? I reckon, surely.
Yeah, like... I'm trying to think of something that rhymes with Magda, but yeah, I know what you're saying. There's a German version, isn't there? Sticky Vicky, yeah. So,
There's a market.
Maybe that's she calling.
the point I'm making is that we act differently abroad than we do at home. The landed aristocracy aren't exempt from this moral holiday amnesia either. Prince Harry's happy to wave his wealthy wiener around Las Vegas, but would he be so brave enough to whap his cock out on a cold, rainy Tuesday night in Stoke? Likewise, in 1913, as George V shot and killed 60 rhinos and tigers during a 10-day sojourn to Nepal, shortly after taking the throne. What happens in Kathmandu stays in Kathmandu, eh, George, you fucking prick?
Nice.
And that's it. The end. It's right, though, isn't it?
Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena.
Now don't you worry about my boyfriend, the boy whose name is Vitorino. I don't want him, couldn't stand him, he was no good, so I... Now, come on, what was I supposed to do? He was out of town, and his 2 friends were so fine.
Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena,